Today we are getting pointlessly nostalgic for the news from 100 years ago. Yes, this is the news from June 1923 from the Reading Eagle out of Reading, Pennsylvania. I always like this town because it says reading. So it's the Reading Eagle. And you're like, oh, this eagle can read the newspaper. But it's actual Reading. And sometimes it confuses me. Sometimes I see the word reading and I read it Reading because of Reading. But here we go. The editor of the Eagle is at Wolmansdorf. Oh, man, Wolmansdorf. That was a thing back then, I bet. We're going to learn about the news from 100 years ago. It is a thing to be nostalgic about. Don't you remember where you were 100 years ago? We're going to learn about this. I hope you enjoy this one. Remember, I do a new nostalgic video every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to come back. Also, make sure to subscribe below if you're not already. We're getting real close to, 1,400 subscribers? That's a lot. I like that. I'm excited about those numbers, so please click the subscribe button. Share this with a friend. Let them know about it, and let's go. Aged man to wed. A marriage license was issued for Felix Winterhalter, age 78, of 915 Walnut Street. Hey, ladies, don't go to 915 Walnut Street anymore looking for love, because this native of Germany is marrying Sophia C. Capel, who is a native of Austria. She lives, wait a minute. She also lived at 915 Walnut Street? So we were living together prior to getting married 100 years ago. This is a scandal in the newspaper. This aged man and this aged woman. I guess she's lucky they didn't call her aged. She's only 60. He was 78. All right. Youngest grandmother. The youngest grandmother. Pennsylvania claims the honor of having the youngest grandmother in Miss Leona Wilson. She was 29 years of age. This poor woman. I like thinking she was like a real hot 29-year-old, but she had like gray hair and was knitting all the time. She's like, well, I got to play the part. So let's see. She's from Philadelphia. Yeah, of course. Always in Philly. This kind of stuff happens. Youngest grandmother. All right. What's going on here? Oh, we've got the Hupmobile. So we've got a Dodge Roadster here. This is a car ad where they'll do auto curtains, which I don't know what that was all about, but I guess those old timey cars had maybe the back window. You had a curtain that would go up. But they had Dodge there, and then looks like a Vim. I don't know what a Vim was, but a Hupmobile that I recognize from the Carousel of Progress. If you ever go see the Carousel of Progress at Disney World, they say, oh, there's Schwartz in his Hupmobile. And that's right around this time. So there you go. A little Hupmobile action. College markswoman watches for peeping Tom. So there's a guy who's annoying the girls at the college. There's peeping Toms. They're peeping on those girls. Not right. But they're going to be greeted with, they're going to get shot. They're going to get killed by Dean Barbara Walker. She's got this gun and she's up there. She killed a rabbit at 50 yards. She could do better at closer range with a man. My God. Oh boy. All right. Don't peep on them. All right. Fried egg talk at prison. This is like a one-man play. Get ready for this. All right. A statement by the Inspector Bimline at the monthly meeting of the prison board saw that he saw prisoners eating fried eggs, lima beans, and cold sliced meat for breakfast. This caused a lively half-hour discussion. Mr. Blimline was given a talk on jail economy, and he suggested that prisoners be denied meat one day a week in order to cut down on the meat bill. And then he asked, did you notice that they get fried eggs? No, replied Inspector Bordner. I have, declared Blimline. I get here sometimes before 6 in the morning, and I've seen it. Has that been lately? Queried Mr. Bordner. Not long ago, Mr. Blimline answered. I never knew prisoners to get them, but visitors to the jail may, replied Mr. Adams. Who's Mr. Adams? Why'd he butt into this conversation? I'm talking about prisoners, retorted Mr. Blimline, not outsiders. I'm sorry that Mr. Blimline doesn't take his meal with us on board day, resumed Mr. Adams. Oh, getting a little snotty there. He has the perfect right to do so, and I hope he'll take dinner with us today, and then he will know what is served. Mr. Blimline rejoined, I'm doing it of my own free will. I can do as I please. You have nothing to do with me. Yeah, get out of here. I think it's your duty, said Mr. Adams. I'm conscientious as anyone on the board, and I see no harm in eating here once a month. To take meals here several times a week is another matter. Warming up, Mr. Blimline fired back. I'm not telling you not to eat here, and I don't want you to dictate to me. Whew. Man, things got heated. Heated conversation over the fried eggs at prison. Hey, it's a headline. Sketched at the convention. Look at these guys. Somebody drew them. Says the old bar room at the Congress Hotel is deserted now, but as a meeting place and something comfortable to lounge on, the big brown fern dish in the lobby serves its purpose. So they're all just kind of hanging around there, leaning on that big fern dish. I like it. Hires, man. Hires Root Beer. Hires Root Beer just went out of business. 2022. It was owned by Dr. Pepper. So, one company owns everything. So it's like Canada Dry owns a bunch. Coca-Cola just deals with Coca-Cola, but like Pepsi owns everything. They're like, we own Taco Bell. And Hires was owned by Dr. Pepper, who also owns A&W Root Beer. So they were like, we're done with Hires. Hires is gone. Ramblin' is gone. A lot of the old root beers are gone. But you could just say Hires, genuine bottles. Take it home. Hires was around. It was one of the longest running sodas when it closed down. People didn't make that big of a deal though. 2022, just it's not that long ago. It's in the recent past. All right, look at this. Nibble Studio. This is their ad. They're closed on Sunday, by the way. Your friends can buy anything you can give them except your photograph. No, they cannot. You can take a photograph of yourself and give it to them. Because they can't buy that. What store are they going to go to get that? A photo of you? What are the odds they're going to find that somewhere? You can give them that. That is a one-of-a-kind gift, and you should give it to them. Firemen are thanked on behalf of E.S. Wirtz, who's ill at the homeopathic hospital and knows nothing about the fire which destroyed part of his mill property. His brother and the manager publicly thanked the members of the fire department for arresting the destructive blaze. They arrested it. They put it in cuffs. They threw it on the back of the fire truck, and they took that blaze somewhere else. Let's see what's happening here. Men with giant heads. If you want careful, experienced men, call Rotors Transfer. Let's see this. We got some more ads. We got Pudine. It's sort of like pudding. It's Pudine. This is like, it's a rich, creamy dessert. This is like a synthetic Pudine. She's like, they'll never know it's Pudine. Also, we got coveralls. Look at this. Protects your child. The new suit if they rip them. Put your kid in some coveralls from Levi Strauss Company. Man, they've been around forever. Oh, man, look at this. Black flag kills mosquitoes. Burn a teaspoon full of black powder in your room. It's going to smell great. You'll get rid of those mosquitoes. Then you have danderine. It's a synthetic dandruff, but it'll stop your hair from coming out. It's got glue in it. A few cents of danderine. You'll be fine. All right, what's next? Any picnic's better with Whistle. Some drink. Whistle didn't stick around. Hires made it all the way to 2022. What about this? This is Health Week. So what do you need to eat? More meat. More ham. Eat a cured ham from Rayco. Be healthy. They're burying a mummy. Look at this. Pottstown had a mummy. And the town's mummy will be, this is not like their mommy, this is a mummy, will be put in his final resting place. He was held for 12 years in the retaining room of a funeral director's place. Wow, this is interesting. So on April 11th, 1911, James Peters, he was 35, he had died, and let's see, he had pneumonia, and they found him under a rail fence. And they took him to the hospital. All right, we're getting a lot of backstory on him. It doesn't matter at this point. He's long gone. They had no special reason for not burying him, but they embalmed him, and then they put him on a shelf. And in the summer, the temperature of that room got to over 100 degrees. However, it didn't affect the body because it was preserved. Okay. He was clean shaven immediately after death, and they had the belief that hair would grow after death, which I think could be sort of true, because I guess your cells, I've heard like dead bodies doing things, but it says it was disproved in this instance because his face is still clean shaven. And now they buried him. So this guy was a mummy. So somewhere in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, there's the grave of this mummy. I'd like to find out. I'd like to find it. I'd like to know more. Horse crazed by the heat. That horse went crazy. He's raving mad. Let's see. Stop, gentlemen. Look, this Flatfoot here is going to tell you to get some new shoes. Look at these values. Get some new shoes. $3.40. Oh, here's a recipe. For Italian potatoes, you boil 8 medium-sized potatoes, peel and mash them, put some butter, the soft part of a piece of bread, so like the middle. Put some Parmesan cheese. This sounds good. A little bit of nutmeg. Put it in a baking dish for 10 minutes. Italian potatoes. What about some delicious summer food? You could have that, whatever that thing is, and some egg noodles. I don't know what this thing is, though. Whatever that is delicious summer food. It says, kept clean and fresh in an airtight package. Egg noodle pudding. Serve on a hot summer day, baby. Whoa, look at this. Chaso. This is like some kind of weird praying mantis made out of a clothespin. He's going to Chaso you around the yard. Watch out for Chaso. Chaso's here. I don't trust Chaso. I don't like Chaso. They're going to have a fireworks display on the ball field, and you can go dancing. Look at these two cutting a rug. Wonderful display in the latest pyrotechnics. I like that. Here's a movie. Okay, so this is a 1923 silent film about a mafia boss who poses as a blind girl's uncle. Next week, we are going to charge you for something you're not going to see. For there is something in Mighty Lack of Rose. That's the name of the movie. It's not a lost film. You can go watch it. That doesn't show on the screen. So there's something in there that doesn't show on the screen, but it will get you. And they're going to charge you to see that thing you're not going to see because it's about a blind girl. So that's their selling point. Property damage, considerable damage. Oh boy, hooligans. Considerable damage was done to the Warner property. 14 Walnut Street boys were breaking windows, breaking fences, destroying trees, throwing stones, committing other depredations. The family is determined to break up the practice. 2 boys were caught and their parents were notified. And these hooligans. Corns, just say Blue Jay. You're like, my corns are hurting. And then you're like, Blue Jay. And the corns are like, oh, I know. That's the code word. We'll stop. Didn't visit Reading. This is a sad end to this one. This board was expected to visit Reading and had engaged quarters at the local hotel, but the members didn't arrive. It was later explained that the commission was at a coal regional banquet. So they didn't visit. This made the papers. This was the news. They were like 100 years ago. They're like, somebody didn't come here. They didn't make it. I'm not even telling you who they were. It says they're a board, and it says they went to a coal banquet, so I guess it's coal people. All right. Well, either way, you got a box to click here and a box over here. Choose a box. I'm in both. I'll see you tomorrow. New video, 2 o'clock every day. Pointless nostalgia.